What's going on, guys? Your boy Zilla, and I'm back on another stream. Gonna be playing a new series, man. We finished Ghost of Tsushima. I know I was playing it, on stream though. I was just doing some side shit, but yeah. How y'all doing tonight? Gonna be redoing some reactions, man. There's some videos I want to watch. So yeah, so I got my phone over there. So I got my phone over there. My phone 80%, so it's cool. It's 80%, so it's cool. We if you enjoying the stream, like, share, comment, subscribe, and that being said, let's get to it. All right. So, what to watch was. Just do it like this. Oh, I gotta go to home. There you go.
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea. But first, let's talk about the things they don't tell you. First of all, you're going to say,
Ben luxury units. At the time, the structure was still under construction, meaning that thankfully no residents were living there. But this in and of itself presented two major problems. The first was that in its current state,
Damn, what the fuck? Oh, what's up, Des? How you feeling, man? I'm on my phone. You ready to watch this video? You ready to watch this reaction? Damn, my lap ass. I can see I'm gonna be looking down when cause I for some when I'm doing reactions live, I gotta look at my phone. Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Glad you good. All right, let's get it. Uh, uh. By the way, this is Nick Crowley's The Internet's Darkest Corners, uh, episode 6, I guess. Um, I gotta, yeah, I gotta do that. So, yeah, it's been a while since I did a reaction. So since you with me, Des, you're gonna be front row with me. Whoever come later, I guess they just gonna miss out, my guy. But shout out to them though, cause I love them too. All right, it's a 33-minute video, so yeah, let's get cracking.
Fifth alarm. Working structure fire. 7741 Liberty Road Drive.
it's 9 a.m. on May 18th, 2024. Residents of Charlotte, North Carolina wake up to the smell and sight of black smoke billowing up into the sky. The source: a massive 7-story apartment complex home to 239 luxury units, or at least what should have been luxury units. At the time, the structure was still under construction, meaning that thankfully no residents were living there. But this in and of itself presented 2 major problems. The first was that in its current state, the top 5 floors were primarily just the bones of the structure, made almost entirely of wood and insulation, making the building as a whole extremely flammable. Meaning that although the fire had started out relatively small, it was quickly going to consume the entire complex if it wasn't put out quickly. Which brings us to the second and even more glaring problem. The building was actively under construction when the fire started, and that morning 17 construction workers had clocked in, all of whom were now in grave danger. And by the time the firefighters arrived on the scene, the situation was already dire. And so firefighters rushed in, finding a large group of the employees and leading them out to safety. Though when they made it outside, they made the horrifying realization that they had only found 15 of them. Somewhere within that labyrinth of burning wooden walls, 2 men were left behind, trapped and calling out to anyone who might hear them. And these pleas weren't just being made to those on the scene, as in the following minutes, one of the trapped men, 30-year-old DeMonte Sherrill, would take out his phone, open up Facebook, and go live, revealing the horrifying reality that both he and his friend had found themselves in.
Somebody send help, we're in South Park.
Today, we're going to be showing our friends the basics of the internet, and we thought you might want to come along.
You gotta do it now.
That's crazy.
If you own a computer, here's how to get the most out of it. Watch this, watch this, watch this.
Get going.
What was I watching? What the? I ain't gonna lie, I don't got
Yo.
premium. I don't got YouTube Premium.
I'm at South Park right now. At work, the building on fire, and I can't get out.
The stream showed DeMonte Sherrill and his friend Reuben Holmes somewhere deep within the prospective apartment complex, and though the fire hadn't yet reached them, the smoke certainly had, blanketing them in a thick impenetrable fog, not only making breathing extremely difficult, but also making it nearly impossible for rescuers to see them.
It's getting harder and harder for them to see us. We're gonna have to stand out here and see.
Damn.
The building on fire, I'm trapped inside, me and my man.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Des. The fact that it was a creator, like they had updated, and they talking about how they got mid-roll mid-roll ads now, mid-roll ads that you can put as a creator that's monetized. Even the monetized creators are mad because they try to put their ads in a video, like in certain aspects of the video where it's like suspense. It's like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying, to make you want to keep watching the video. But YouTube algorithm automatically adds more ads in a video. You know what I'm saying? He said, "What'd you say? Need this?" Man, it's like YouTube Premium is it's like $40 something. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous.
This was likely one of the reasons why DeMonte chose to start this livestream, hopeful that it could show rescuers exactly where they were. But based on the footage, their positioning was far from ideal. They were on the second highest floor, floor 6, which had only one access point, a single stairway that was on the complete opposite side of the building.
Insane.
And based on their testimony in the footage, something had clearly blocked their path to that one remaining exit, meaning that the only other way out would be to jump. Though at 6 stories in the air, and falling into what would likely be the heart of the fire, this would have meant certain death.
Damn.
There was quite literally nowhere for them to go. Rescue was their only hope.
Damn.
Yo, this building is on fire. I'm at work. Somebody send help, we're in South Park.
Seemingly realizing this, DeMonte began to grow more desperate, yelling out into the void of smoke, while Reuben can be seen in the background waving his phone flashlight. with both men doing anything they could to help rescuers find them. Before the stream abruptly ends. Rescuers were aware of the unfolding situation on the 6th story. They first tried to reach the men by using a massive crane with a basket attached, which can actually be seen in DeMonte's livestream. Though in it, you can see that it's also facing the complete wrong direction, as the smoke was just that impenetrable. However, at one point, it's believed that the crane operator did actually see these men, but the blaze was just too extreme, leading to the operator himself having to be rescued. This left only one real option for saving DeMonte and Ruben. They were going to have to go in after them. And so they climbed that stairway up to floor 6 and started their trek to the opposite end of the structure. Though before they could even make it halfway, the rescuers were relegated to a slow crawl, as the inferno around them raged more and more intensely, and the smoke grew thicker and thicker.
Damn.
Though that's when they began to hear screaming. Somewhere, lost in that maze, Ruben and DeMonte were yelling as loud as they could for help. This sound was a sign that they were getting close, though just then, rescuers would be met with another sound.
All companies working 7741 Liberty Road Drive, evacuate structure, per command. All companies working 7741 Liberty Road Drive, evacuate structure.
Command all companies, this will be defensive at this time. We'll be ready for this side to collapse.
What?
Everybody get out of the collapse zone. Confirming you are coming out, but you're not out of the building.
With the order being made for all of them to evacuate, as by this point, the structure was engulfed in flames, and a collapse was imminent. The firefighters tried to call out to the two in one last attempt to guide them towards rescue, but they never came. In fact, at that point, the structure fell eerily silent. They would leave that structure without DeMonte or Ruben, and minutes later, the fire consumed the entire building, with the temperature inside reaching 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Before
it collapsed.
It would eventually topple to the ground. And inside, DeMonte and Ruben would become the sole fatalities of this catastrophe.
Wow.
Yo, I'm at South Park right now. At work, the building on fire, and I can't get out. It's getting harder and harder for them to see us.
Knowing how the story ends would make this live stream difficult for anyone to watch. But what I find most upsetting about it is that the majority of those who initially watched this were his own friends and family that followed him on Facebook, with these viewers including his own mother. And a lot of them probably had no idea he even worked this job, as he had just been hired that week.
Damn,
His brother had also caught the stream as it was happening and actually rushed over to the scene where he pleaded with the firefighters to watch the footage. But despite doing the best they could, there was just too much working against them to save DeMonte and Ruben.
Damn.
Following an investigation into the fire, it was discovered that
I ain't gonna lie, like, I feel bad for the grieving family members, but I also feel bad for the firefighters because they did all they could. It's not like they didn't try. You know, they tried to get them, and then they even said they tried to make a last effort to get to them by calling out because they couldn't go no further. They had to evacuate, and who knows, by that time they probably was already like dead. I ain't gonna lie, because they said they called out to them with no response. Like, I mean, no.
the crew was using an organic foam insulation, which was known to be extremely flammable and produce thick black smoke. And this became deadly when the machine used to spray that insulation caught fire, sending the whole building up in flames, where they had yet to install any sort of smoke detector or alarm system to alert the crew of a fire. Making matters worse, there had been a temporary set of stairs made right where the two men had been trapped, but that stairwell had just been removed in order to make way for the permanent set of stairs. Because of this and a myriad of other issues, the companies involved with this construction were forced to pay a fine of $50,000 and are currently being sued by the families of both victims. But regardless of the outcome, nothing will ever make up for the loss of DeMonte Sherrill and Ruben Holmes.
That's sad, man. You say he's working just that week.
This is not a natural storm that will...
Things were getting concerning. Johnny Cashman spoke to his family nearly every single day, but now, on the 6th day without receiving any communication from him, they knew that something was wrong. Johnny lived in Lynchburg, Virginia, hundreds of miles away from his home in Maine, and so, being unable to check on him themselves, they called police in the area and requested a welfare check. Police entered Johnny's apartment on the 19th of April, 2022, and hours later, they would call his parents with the news that they had found their son dead on the floor.
The fuck?
According to the officers, Johnny had experienced some sort of medical event that led to GI bleeding that ultimately claimed his life. But this made no sense to Johnny's family. He was only 38 years old and had just been given a clean bill of health after a full medical exam only 4 months prior. It was so out of the blue, in fact, that they even asked if there were any signs of a struggle or if there was any evidence that he may have taken his own life. But they were assured that there was no trauma, no drugs, and nothing suspicious found on the scene, and that, as shocking as it was, his cause of death was entirely natural, and had likely just been spurred on by drinking and tobacco use, with the only solace being that Johnny didn't suffer, as they stated that he had died instantly. Because of this, no autopsy was performed, as the case seemed as straightforward as it gets, and despite his family questioning if they should get their own autopsy, they were told by officers that it wouldn't be necessary. And so, Johnny's body was cremated and sent back to Maine, in what seemed to be the end of Johnny Cashman's story.
Wow. 10 days later?
10 days after Johnny's body was discovered, his ex-girlfriend and her mother made their way back to his apartment in order to retrieve some of her belongings. She knew that re-entering the space was going to be difficult, but ultimately, there was no way she could have prepared for what was waiting for her inside. There was blood everywhere. It was pooled in the bathrooms, wiped on doors, spread all over the living space, and was even found on a chair and a banister. But the most horrifying part of it all was the walls. They were covered in splattered blood, which revealed long, streaking handprints. It was something straight out of a horror movie, and although Johnny's cause of death was deemed natural, what they found in that apartment seemed anything but. Traumatized by what they were witnessing, the pair snapped multiple photos of the bloodshed and ran out of the unit, directly into Johnny's neighbor. This neighbor revealed that they believed something far worse than a medical emergency had happened to Johnny, as they had a security camera mounted to their door which faced Johnny's unit, and on the day of his passing, it captured something incredibly disturbing.
Date of death at 3:03 p.m.
The footage shows Johnny making his way up the flight of stairs leading to his apartment at around 3:03 p.m. Nothing seems out of the ordinary at all, though it is noteworthy that he was holding an empty glass, perhaps insinuating that he had been drinking. But this doesn't seem to impair his movements much at all, as he punches in the code and enters his home, just as he did every other day. But moments later, something happens inside that unit, and while it goes unseen, it doesn't go unheard.
What the fuck? What are you doing? Yo, what the fuck, dude? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Stop. Stop. No. No.
The audio seems to depict a man yelling, asking repeatedly, "What are you doing?" and begging for something to stop. On top of this, you can also hear loud thuds and banging, almost as if things were falling over inside, or there was some sort of physical altercation, before the unit then goes quiet just a few seconds later. It was unclear if this voice was Johnny's, or perhaps someone else who had been inside the unit, but regardless, one thing was apparent from this audio: there was someone else in that apartment, despite the fact that Johnny lived alone. And just 7 minutes later, this unseen person would emerge.
7 minutes after?
This clearly wasn't Johnny, and after leaving the unit, the anonymous man nearly makes it out of the building before he seems to change his mind. Turning around and walking back up the stairs before fiddling with the door handle, touching it only with his sleeve, like he was wiping off his fingerprints. He then walks down the stairs and stops once again, where he seems to be in a state of shock over whatever had just transpired.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Before he composes himself and walks out of the building.
Bro, like, what the fuck?
But the footage wasn't quite finished yet. Just 1 minute later, you can hear Johnny shouting for help from inside the apartment, to which moments after, he stops, and no further sound or activity would come from Johnny's unit until police arrived 5 days later.
Damn.
The footage and the scene at the apartment seemed to contradict what Johnny's family had been told about his death. The blood all over made it obvious that Johnny's death had not happened in an instant. And this, coupled by the presence of this unknown man who was clearly distraught and wiping off his fingerprints, as well as the sound of the apparent struggle inside, seemed to point towards something much more sinister than what was initially conveyed to the family. But even with this footage, police still believed that Johnny's death was due to a medical emergency, as they quickly changed their initial story.
You said you think he probably got knocked out. I want to say damn.
Saying that the blood spread was due to uncontrollable vomiting, and that Johnny had in fact likely suffered, at least for a short while. But this medical emergency wasn't elaborated on, as they didn't truly know what caused it, as no autopsy was ever performed, nor could one ever be performed, as by this point, Johnny was already cremated, and cremated because of the officer's initial statements. So if—
Wait. So my thing is, like, I don't get it. The cops went in 5 days later. How the fuck did they not see the blood all over the walls and stuff in the bathroom? Like, they didn't check? That's terrible cop work. What the fuck? They didn't do no type of, like, you don't look around? Hell, like, you don't make sure that the fucking perp could have still been in the apartment. Like, what? They make it seem like his bathroom was on the other side of the building or something. Like,
if Johnny had actually been murdered, which the footage does seem to suggest, there was now virtually no way to prove it. And what makes this even more frustrating is that law enforcement already had this footage. It was collected that very day, and they either didn't fully look through it or didn't think that this was overly suspicious. But everyone else surely did. And soon this video began making the rounds online, leading to one glaring question being asked. Who is this man? As no one in Johnny's life recognized him. Well, it wouldn't be until May 11th that investigators would finally ID him as Stephen Church, and upon being questioned, he revealed that
this dude last name is Church, and he murdered somebody. That is insane, bro. That is insane. That is insane, bro. Your last name is Church.
He had moved to Lynchburg for work, but the opportunity he had lined up fell through shortly after he arrived, leaving him with no money and without a place to stay. Which is when he met Johnny, who offered to let him crash on his couch. He supposedly stayed with Johnny for 3 days, and described Johnny as an alcoholic who drank constantly, including on that fateful day. When Johnny arrived home, Stephen claims that he started drunkenly yelling at him about paying rent, which led to the two getting into a verbal altercation. But he insisted that this altercation never turned physical, and that he left immediately after. To which he quickly went back to clean his prints, because he was afraid that Johnny would try and have him arrested for squatting. And having already racked up 2 felonies in his life, Stephen was paranoid about going back to jail.
Nah.
But when Stephen was leaving, he did mention seeing Johnny hunched over the toilet as if he were going to vomit, but he claims to have left before this so-called medical emergency started. This is the gist of Stephen's account from that day, but the problem is, it doesn't really match up with what we're hearing in the video.
What the fuck? What are you doing? Yo, what the fuck, dude?
From the footage, we can hear everything going on in that unit, but at no point do we hear any sort
Hey, I'm with you, Des. Like, I got some dark humor jokes myself, man, but I'm gonna keep it to myself like you. That's just crazy.
of an argument, nor do we hear anything about rent, with the phrases lending themselves more to a physical struggle rather than a verbal one. In fact, the whole time it appears that we're only hearing one voice. But there is an exception. To my knowledge, it's never been conclusively determined whose voice is who in the recording, and either scenario paints a far different picture of what may have happened inside that room. But regardless, this audio makes it clear that Steven's story was fabricated at least to some degree, as he also fails to account for the loud banging in the background. And because of this, his version of events is generally rejected, with most people seeming to believe one of two main theories. The first is that, upon arriving home, Johnny and Steven had gotten into a physical altercation, resulting in Johnny taking some sort of blow to his abdomen, which in turn triggered or exacerbated this medical emergency. GI bleeds are horrific, and can certainly cause the level of bleeding that was found in the apartment. And perhaps seeing all the blood coming from Johnny, Steven started yelling at him, before deciding to run off, fearing that he would be charged for murder. This would explain Steven's demeanor and actions after leaving the apartment, and why he may have fabricated his story, as he knew or knows that he was directly responsible for Johnny's death. And this blow to the abdomen could have easily been missed by investigators, as the injuries would have been primarily internal. The second theory...
Oh, damn. I ain't gonna lie. That makes sense, cause like just like when you throw up uncontrollably, and then he was already intoxicated, not to like a crazy degree, but you know, he probably was like wobbling and shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what's up, Jesse? What's going on, bro? Made it to the stream, man. Appreciate you. I'm just doing a couple reactions. I'm gonna get to Mafia after a couple reactions, man. But yeah, that's just crazy. If he was bleeding internally and then he started throwing up, it would make sense that he started throwing up blood. Damn.
Is that upon arriving home, Johnny naturally experienced a medical emergency, leading to this catastrophic GI bleed. Upon seeing this and perhaps being in a state of shock, Steven yelled at him, demanding to know what was happening and telling him to stop, as perhaps he was moving around the apartment and tracking blood everywhere, which would explain the other voice saying, "I can't stop." I could see how this experience would make no sense to Steven, and perhaps just having no idea what was happening, he left and tried to make it look like he was never there, as he was afraid of being blamed for whatever was happening to Johnny, and so he essentially left Johnny there to die, whether knowingly or unknowingly. What bothers me about this theory is why 911 was never called. Not only
it was. If the second theory is correct, then that was basically a fight or flight response, which means that they was, you know, having that whatever was going on, and then he started throwing up blood, and he like, whoa, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Let me just get the fuck up out of here. And it's fucked up he did that, but he already was a squatter, you know what I'm saying? He already was a squatter. But it's fucked up because he could have still did the right thing. There's no guarantee he would have went to jail or prison. But again, like Nick says in his narration, you know, if he did hit him in the stomach and he did cause that G1 or GI, what they call it, GI. My bad. But if he did cause his abdomen to start internally bleeding, they can say that he, you know,
not only by Steven, but by Johnny too, as his phone was found in the unit with blood on it, implying that he had it in his hand at some point.
Appreciate
though
you
it's possible that the massive
Jesse.
blood loss just made him too disoriented.
That, man. How was work?
Both of these theories seem believable, or at least more so than the explanation that Steven had given. However, in October of 2022, Johnny's case would officially be closed for good, with Steven being cleared of any wrongdoing, as Johnny's death was labeled the same way that it always has been, a medical emergency that couldn't be further elaborated on, with the most relevant evidence being that Steven's shoe prints were not found in the blood, but Johnny's were, implying that he had not been part of the struggle. But in my mind, this can be explained by both theories mentioned previously. Though regardless, without the possibility of an autopsy, this is likely where this case ends for good. But with this disturbing footage, I can't help but think that there was more to the story than we may ever know.
Damn, man. Damn. TikTokers find a body.
It was around 7:30 a.m. on a warm July morning back in 2019. 17-year-olds Bethany Martin and a 16-year-old friend decide to walk to a gas station near their home in San Antonio, Texas. And as the two of them made their way down the road, their path brought them parallel to a drainage ditch, which was often filled with various trash and other discarded material. But on this day, something far more interesting caught their eye. It looked like a man crouching down and leaned up against one of the concrete walls, but the closer they got, the more they realized how unusual his posture was. He looked completely unnatural, and he wasn't moving. And by the time they came face to face with him, the reality of the situation would hit them. They had just found a dead body. This discovery was enough to traumatize anyone, especially two teenagers, and upon calling the police and being sent on their way, Bethany and her friend would make the long walk back home contemplating what to do next, before they eventually landed on the idea of sharing their experience with the world. And so, as soon as they got in the door, they began to set up lights and their camera in order to film a TikTok. The clip showed the two sitting on a couch appearing to be in a state of shock, with the words, "Us remembering we found a dead body this morning," plastered on the screen, offering no other context aside from the description, which simply read, "I wish we were kidding, all respect to the family." Some offered sympathy for the girls, while others viewed their post as insensitive and exploitative. But others weren't even convinced it was real, partially due to this glaring lack of context. But any doubt of this post's legitimacy would be quickly thwarted by a discovery made not even one full day later, as it was revealed that this recording hadn't actually been the only video that these two girls had made on that fateful day. On their walk to the gas station, the girls had stumbled across the body of 25-year-old Marcus Adams, with the young man having seemingly perished earlier that morning, with it being apparent that he had taken his own life. But upon finding Marcus, the girls weren't actually overwhelmed with sadness or even shock, as instead their focus immediately went to something far different, as something on the man's body had caught their attention: his necklace. The girls really liked it. In fact, the unnamed 16-year-old had said that it matched her fashion perfectly. And so, before police arrived, the two would once again pull out their phone and start recording, showing Bethany approaching the body with her intention being to grab his necklace, which she eventually does, removing the medallion and giving it to her friend, before tossing the chain into the grass nearby, leading to the girls running away from the scene. The 16-year-old would then post that video onto her Snapchat story, for all of her close friends to see. I can't show the footage for obvious reasons, but it's truly
What the fuck wrong with? Like, what? Well, it's the fact that, like, are you serious? It was a dead guy and presumably took his own life, and you take off the chain that he had around his neck to make a TikTok or make a snap video or whatever the fuck you did, bro.
awful. And just based on the audio alone, you can tell that they're very obviously having fun doing this.
You gotta do it now.
It's just like, what?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god.
Fucking weird, bro.
There's something so uniquely disturbing about it. It's clear that upon finding the body, there was no real emotional impact on them, at least none that outweighed their desire to steal from it. And as if stealing from this man who had just taken his own life and posting it for all their friends to see as if it were a joke wasn't horrible enough, they then immediately posted this other video to TikTok in an attempt to garner sympathy. It's truly awful, and made even more appalling by reports that claim that the 16-year-old had actually worn this medallion in the TikTok video and in others made following its posting. And unfortunately, their actions had even more upsetting consequences, as the footage from their Snapchat story was quickly downloaded by someone they knew and posted onto an app called Nextdoor, with the footage being totally uncensored. And it was on this app where it's claimed that many of Marcus Adams' own family members would see the footage, many of whom weren't even aware that he was deceased. Just one day after posting this TikTok, both girls were questioned by the police after the incident and the footage was reported to them. And as a result, Bethany would be charged with theft of a human corpse, but would ultimately avoid any serious jail time. Meanwhile, the 16-year-old's name and charges were never publicly released, but we do know that the medallion was returned to the family. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Bethany would later come back to her TikTok page shortly after her arrest and share her side of the story, where she gave a less than half-hearted apology, while also claiming to be the victim, saying that her friend had pressured her to steal from Marcus, as well as pressured her into making that TikTok in the first place, because she thought it would be a hit. Though obviously this didn't go over well.
What a dumb bitch, bro.
So you're the one who lost Boss's goods.
On December 20th, 1984, 12-year-old Janelle Matthews...
I'm gonna speak on that last story real quick, bro. Like, the fact that, like, he took his own life, bro. Probably already thought his life was a joke, or life was, like, not taken serious. He wasn't taken serious. And to off yourself, right? And two 16-year-olds find your dead body. And instead of reporting it to the police or screaming for help or whatever, they make a fucking video, take his jewelry off, and then she wore it? Bro, come on, bro. Like, that's sick, bro, and that's sad, because it's like even in death he was disrespected. Like, what the fuck?
Disappeared from her home in Greeley, Colorado in the evening hours. Earlier that day, she had sung at a Christmas concert with her school's choir, which her parents were unable to attend, as her mother was out of town and her father had gone to her sister's basketball game nearby, leading to Janelle catching a ride home with a friend, being dropped off at her house sometime around 8:15, where she excitedly spoke to her father on the phone, letting him know that she had arrived home safe and sound. Approximately 1 hour later, her father, Jim Matthews, pulled into the driveway to find the garage door wide open, and the house completely empty.
Damn.
Janelle was gone, leaving behind her winter coat and even her shoes, despite it being a frigid, snowy night. And it was within that snow that was quickly piling up that lie one of the only real clues left behind at the scene. Footprints, leading directly to one of the home's windows, insinuating that someone had been watching Janelle.
12-year-old Janelle Matthews disappeared from her Greeley home 1 month ago today. It's believed she's the victim of a kidnapping. She has not been seen or heard from since December 20th.
Damn.
Her disappearance became a big news story almost immediately, with the whole community and really the whole country becoming invested in the fate of this girl, thanks in large part to her being one of the very first milk carton kids, meaning that her face and information about her disappearance was shown on countless milk cartons all across the country to get the word out. And as a result, this case became huge in the mainstream media, as even politicians began to make note of Janelle's story, with then-President Ronald Reagan mentioning the girl in one of his speeches.
I learned about Jonelle Matthews of Greeley, Colorado, 5 days before Christmas. Jonelle disappeared from her home.
Though even with this publicity, this didn't necessarily guarantee results, and soon months would turn to years, and eventually to decades. And all the while, Janelle's whereabouts remained a complete mystery. Eventually, the rise of the internet would start to play a key role in this case, where even in the late 2010s, over 3 decades after she had vanished, her case was still being shared and still being discussed, just as it had been 3 decades prior, with it still being a point of contention for politicians, even as recently as 2019. When a man running for governor of Idaho mentioned her disappearance in a Facebook post, 35 full years later. Regardless of Janelle's whereabouts, her case was still very much alive, as the world, and especially Janelle's parents, were haunted by the question, what happened to Janelle Matthews? But sure enough, in late 2019, they would finally get their answer.
Bones found in Weld County earlier this week appeared to bring an end to a 3-decade-long search for a missing.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, there's like all that stuff, bro. Like unsolved cases and stuff, man. It sucks because and then when they do get solved, I mean, I guess you could say you get closure, but it's like, damn, like it sucks when a case gets solved, but it's because they found the body or something like they found the body or you know what I'm saying. It's like one of those rare cases where it was that one story where a kid was missing, and then so I forgot how long it was, but they found him like homeless years later in front of I think it was a gas station or something, and they brought him back to his family. And I forgot how that story went, but that was a crazy story, bro. You said like the Zodiac killer. Yeah, man, like it's crazy how they never call him either, bro. It's just crazy, like it's just crazy.
Missing 12-year-old girl. The Greeley Tribune is reporting they are those of Jonelle Matthews.
On Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019, at roughly 4:50 p.m., a crew had been digging in an isolated field in Weld County, Colorado, in order to install a new pipeline, when they would uncover the decayed remains of a little girl. It was Janelle, still wearing those clothes that she had worn to her recital, meaning she had likely died the very day she disappeared, having been killed by a single gunshot wound to the head.
What?
Janelle Matthews had been murdered in cold blood, and almost immediately upon finding her body, the police would also zero in on their suspect. The man's name was Stephen Pankey, and at the time of Janelle's disappearance, he had been living in the same general area in Colorado. But by 2019, Stephen had long since fled the area, as after the crime, he would eventually pack up seemingly out of the blue and move to Idaho, where when Janelle's body was discovered, he just so happened to be running for governor. And during his campaign, Pankey had put out a bizarre Facebook post about Janelle.
It was him? And then he tried to use his 20-year-old son's murder on July 4th. So the 4th of July in 2008. Wow. Yeah, them ads freaky as hell. But that's insane, bro. That is sick. Now that's sick, bro. That's sick. That's sick, bro. Like you used her death that you used the death that you could the murder that you committed, you used it as a way to win a campaign. Wow, that's fucking insane, bro.
And during his campaign, Pankey had put out a bizarre Facebook post about Janelle, calling for the Colorado DA to oversee a fresh investigation, as he stated that the local police had wrongly been focused on the theory that Janelle's disappearance was a child abduction and murder, which was quite convenient, as just a few months after posting this, he would be arrested for the abduction and murder of Janelle Matthews. Police believe that Janelle had first caught Steven's eye when he was working as a janitor at the church she attended, with this leading to him stalking her and eventually abducting her on that fateful night, where he threw Janelle in his car and ultimately ended her life, for no reason other than his sick satisfaction. He then proceeded to bury her in a field 20 miles away, in a spot that he was certain no one would ever find her. Now, the evidence supporting this is mainly circumstantial, but it is incredibly concerning. Just one day after Janelle's abduction, Panky decided to take his wife to California in order to celebrate the holidays with his parents, with this trip being completely unplanned, as his wife was only told of it literally the day of. And making things stranger, when they returned home, Steven's car conveniently caught fire and was burned to a crisp, to which he offered no explanation for. But in response, he would take the car to a local scrapyard where it would be even further destroyed, taking any potential evidence along with it. But while this is all strange enough, police say that the main indicator that Steven was their man was his clear obsession with Janelle's case. Shortly after the slaying, Steven began listening and watching any news reports he could on Janelle's case, while also having his wife read every single article about the missing girl.
Bro, he one of them killers that take satisfaction in the fact that everybody's talking about what he did, but nobody knows that he did it. Like, it's like a fucking game to him, bro. That's so weird, bro. That's insane. That is insane, bro. That's insane, bro. That's insane.
Girl out loud, to which he would often have her repeat them over and over again. But his obsession didn't stop there, as he would then start frequently calling the police, wanting to talk to them about the case, even going as far as to give them potential leads, as he claimed to be fearful that he was going to be blamed for the crime, despite having seemingly never even met her. And it was during some of these many unusual phone calls that he was said to have given details on her disappearance that were never actually made public. His obsession was entirely uncanny, bringing up her disappearance at random even decades later, with his Facebook post being a perfect example. And as it turns out, one of Steven's most incriminating statements came as a result of something he mentioned in that infamous message. In it, Steven says that his son Carl had been murdered in 2008, which is in fact true, as the murder was actually fully solved, with it being confirmed that Steven had nothing to do with it. But when he was mourning the loss of Carl, something unusual happened. His now ex-wife recalled that following Carl's death, Panky never once cried, until the day before his memorial service, where she watched him from a distance walk up to their son's urn and begin to sob, eventually blurting out, "I hope God didn't allow this to happen because of Janelle Matthews." Despite maintaining his innocence to this day, Panky was sentenced.
Whoa, hold on, bro. He said that, right? And the wife didn't put two and two together? She heard him say that? Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Carl, something unusual happened. His now ex-wife recalled that following Carl's death, Panky never once cried, until the day before his memorial service, where she watched him from a distance walk up to their son's urn and begin to sob, eventually blurting out,
He blurted out.
"I hope God didn't allow this to happen because of Janelle Matthews."
Bro, he blurted that out. Alright, bro.
Despite maintaining his innocence to this day, Panky was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole in 2040, his conviction coming 12,634 days after Janelle Matthews' disappearance, with Panky's cryptic Facebook post serving as a dark relic of his twisted obsession that would eventually expose him as Janelle's killer.
That's fucking insane, bro. Bro, that's insane, bro. That's insane, bro. I need somebody in the comments to talk about that last one, bro, because that's insane. exact. Why wasn't he investigated sooner, bro? Like I don't get like the fact that the last part he blurted out. He basically saying he really felt like his son was taken from him for what he did. Like, bro, bro.
Something's got a hold on.
He talking about should have had Detective Don on the man. I don't know. I guess people. It's a lot of factors that goes into that, man. Like, it's a lot of factors that go into that. Like, meaning like the mindset back then, especially when it came to people that was killers. Um, People was too nice back then, and everybody was friendly and hunky dory and all that stuff. And killers wasn't really serial killers and stuff or whatever. Like they wasn't really as prominent as it is now. Like very strong and stuff. You know, that's why back then I feel like it was way more easier to get away with murder, especially without cell phones and cameras and come on, bro. Top notch detective equipment, police equipment, like bro. It's just that's why a lot of those cases that be unsolved, they like I feel like they be from that time period. You know, that shit crazy. But yeah, I don't know if you saw this trailer. We can watch it together. And whoever else is watching in the stream. This is the Final Destination Bloodlines trailer. Did you see this, Dez? You see this trailer? You can be honest if you did or not. I'm gonna still watch it. Give my thoughts on it. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, this is my reaction to the Final Destination Bloodlines official trailer. Apparently this is Tony Todd's last movie that he did before he passed away. So R.I.P. to Tony Todd, man. You know, he was in Candyman, but he also was in a Bloody Mary reboot. I don't know if it was a reboot, whatever. Like it was one of those. It was I forgot what it was called, but it wasn't the Urban Legends one, but it was another one with him in it. I always try to find that one. I think I saw it on BET, but anyway, I'm getting off track. So this is the Final Destination Bloodlines trailer. That being said, let's get to it. Why it look like he purposely put it on the edge? Like, look at this. Like, come on, bro. Bro, like, what the fuck are you doing? You get all that space. What the fuck? It's like he just giving.
Because we were never supposed to exist.
Bro, look at her face. She already stressing, boy. She's stressing hard as fuck. She's scared to the motherfucker. Hold on, let me stop cursing. I keep cursing. I be trying to curse, man. I'm sorry. I was a sailor at one point. Man, he didn't get hit. Bro, he did not get hit, bro. He did not get hit. Yeah, she got a whole instruction. She was like, look, I ain't gonna lie. Let me go back to that part. Now that you mentioned that. Bro, look at this. Worst seats to choose. Oh, it says worst seats. What is this? Low chance of survival? So she's saying if you sit right here, What the fuck? Bruh, if you gotta do all that for the plane, just don't fucking air travel. What the fuck? But stay away from. You don't hear to buy something to you don't hear to buy this. You can make it. Oh, I said dumb. I'm dumbass. You don't have to buy this. My dumbass saying you don't hear. My dumbass said you don't hear. You don't have to buy this. You can make it, but stay away from power tool. Oh, is she talking about making this? Bro, what the fuck? Yeah, they did that on purpose to have it all in cursive just in case. Yeah, what you deleted a message? Why you deleting messages, man? But yeah. That's insane. That is insane. But yeah, that's that's the trailer, you know. All right, man. I've held off long enough. Let me see something. They talking about my stream might belong to somebody else. It's me. What are you talking about? It's me. See, oh, they ain't gonna lie, that's embarrassing. Hey, you be seeing how people be unsubscribing and shit. Oh, you say you beat Iki Island yesterday? That's what's up, bro. How you like it? You enjoyed it? You said it's him. It was a WDLC. Hey, that's what's up, man. Yo, what the fuck going on with my shit, bro? Damn. Like, that shit boring, bro. I don't know. I be getting mad when stuff be pissing me off, bro. Yeah, it's lagging. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, bro, that is so irritating. I'm so sorry, bro. Oh, oh, I wasn't lagging. What the fuck? But it do say my connection is poor. Yeah, it says my stream status is it said it needs attention. All right, anyway, uh it's time for us to what the hell? What the hell this? Yeah, it's time for some Mafia, man. Let's get to it. It's 8 o'clock. Let's get to it. Time for some Mafia. Oh, what's up, Zeekvo? What's going on? Where you been? Wait, what the fuck? What to say? I'm not doing all that. I'm saying there's a whole ass login. Get the fuck out of here. And you say you been busy, Zeekvo? Yeah, man. We all be busy, man. It's cool, man. Appreciate you still hopping in when you can, though. You know what I'm saying? Anuses. Yeah, it's a lot of shit they asking me. They asking me for a lot of shit, y'all. A Hangar 13 game. Oh, that's cool, Dez. I appreciate you hanging by. You know what I'm saying? You know, you was with me from for an hour, so it's cool, bro. Another 10 wouldn't hurt. Appreciate you. I appreciate that too, Zevo. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, the content y'all can watch on the playback, bro. Y'all can watch the content on the playback when y'all get a chance, whether y'all in stream or not, bro. That's why sometimes I don't clip my videos. I don't clip it because, you know, y'all can just go to the live section. Unless it's like an ending. it's like the ending. Man, this is like a fucking movie. Polly. I ain't gonna lie, this is beautiful so far. Bro, is this a Mafia game or a superhero movie? What the fuck? Like a superhero intro. Ugly as hell.
You Tommy? Thomas Angelo. Detective Norman. You alone? No self-respecting badges
There are
coming
20
in here
chapters,
unless it's the
20
health
chapters
inspector.
in total.
What can I
First
get
few are
you?
incredibly
Just a
short,
coffee. Thanks.
but they're on like that. The game is about 15 or so hours if you play at a slowish.
Dip your beak.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Like,
Suit yourself.
like I said, I think I want to start doing like a
So, yeah.
real set schedule.
Said on the phone you might have a proposition for me. That's right. Well, if you're looking to set up a gravy train, you called the wrong cop. I'm not looking for any associates.
Good. Because I'm on the nut. Can't even pay for the coffee. But I got plenty to trade.
Well, let's hear it.
How long you been in town?
3 years. Caught my teeth in Empire Bay.
Well, they handed you the Morello case. Right out of the gate.
That's what the paper says, ain't it? And what's it to you?
Tough break. Case must be getting pretty cold by now.
Or you got something might warm it up?
Yeah, I might have something.
And what's my end of the deal? You want money? Some sort of immunity?
None of that. I got people I need to protect.
Families. Always the Achilles heel, ain't it? So who you got? A sick ma or a wife and a litter of kids?
Wife and daughter.
And no one else to watch your back, I'm guessing.
Wouldn't be here otherwise.
Pity that. Pa always said a man needs friends if he's going to survive in this world.
Yeah. Well, in my world, it's the other way around.
No surprise there. Look, I can't promise anything for your family, not until I hear what you're trading. So, are you talking? Or are you just killing time before they come for you?
You think I'm on the run?
Oh, I know it, Tommy. Jesus, look at you. Surely gassed. You haven't slept for days. And your neck's got to be aching from all that looking over your shoulder you're doing. No, the way I figure it is you got someone powerful mean on your tail and they ain't giving up until you end up in the river. And you walk out that door without me, we both know you're not making it 5 steps. But, yeah, you stick around, you tell me your story, and maybe you got a shot at living long enough to walk that girl of yours down the aisle. Either way, it looks like I'm buying you a cup of coffee.
Christ, I don't know how everything got so balled up.
No one ever sees the haired pen until it's too late. But you didn't get handed a heater in the nursery, did you?
No. I was a cab driver back in 30.
An offer you can't refuse, 1930. But yeah, I want to do like 7 to 9 or 10 on weekdays, and on the weekend
I mostly drove nights
probably start
because the
around
money was
6.
better.
You know, if I'm free.
It was at the end of one of those
I'm
shifts
not doing nothing
when I
personal.
first met Polly and Sam.
Shit! Son of a bitch! Watch out!
Man.
Get up, Polly! There's a taxi here! We'll be okay! Move it! Come on!
Where to?
Anywhere. Fast! I got a gun pointed at you. They catch up, we're dead. But you don't get to walk away.
I don't want any trouble.
Well, you got trouble. Drive. How the hell they knew we'd be there? It doesn't matter now. We just gotta lose them. How many cars we got following? One for now. But there'll be more.
Hold tight. I'm gonna try something. Who were those guys?
You don't get to ask questions. We need to get over the river. Take the Giuliani Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Your leg okay up there? Hurts like hell. You got a death wish or something? Hurts like hell. When we're back, I'll wake up the doc. I don't know, it might be okay. Just getting the call anyways. Hey, I see you listening, cabbie. You don't get to listen either.
All I'm doing is taking you guys where you want to go.
So do that.
Okay, we're at the river. Where am I taking you once we're over the bridge?
I'm getting tired out of questions.
I appreciate that too, Zico.
More of them.
Ah, shit!
For real.
I know some shortcuts that'll slow them down.
I don't care how you do it. Just shake them off. That was your shortcut?
I lost him, didn't I?
Not all of them.
These guys really don't like it, do they?
Sometimes business partners fall out. It happens. Quit yapping, Polly. More he knows, more chance of him not seeing the sun come up.
I ain't heard a thing, fellas.
I'm glad they automatically let that shit happen, because if I had to do
You
that,
left them in the dark. We ain't clear yet. Keep driving. Poor bastards digging the road for the works program aren't gonna thank us for this. 3 crates down. How many motors were at the exchange? 4, 5 maybe? You know with him he's called for more. Sure feels like it. Next time we take more muscle. We should have expected trouble. If the boss hears about this, there'll be hell to pay. They must
there's more and more of them. We're not gonna last long unless we're back on our own turf. Let's get back to the neighborhood. West Harbor Bridge, cabby, fast! The bridge is up, ain't it?
Yeah. We can make it.
What the hell are we doing? Just sit tight and pray.
I almost didn't make it. I almost didn't make it.
Never done that before. Me neither. Okay, so Little Italy. Now. Your night's not over. I didn't see this coming. You think he squealed? I think you zip it tight. We talk it through back at the bar.
Why got that car just cut me off?
Okay, we're close.
Pull over in front of that bar.
Salieri's place.
Yeah, that's the one. Wait here.
What for?
You want a little something from the Don or not?
Fuck they looking at?
Compensation for your services. Any damage to your car. This makes us square.
I'm sure it's more than enough.
Good. Don Salieri wants you to know that he's very grateful. So if you ever need anything, maybe a loan or some honest work, don't hesitate to ask. Don doesn't forget his friends.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
One more thing. This matter stays between us. Anyone asks where you got that money, you won it at poker. The scratches on your car, you swerved. To keep from hitting a little old lady. You got it?
Of course.
See you around, kid.
You ain't the same age as me. Yeah, this place say lost heaven. Yeah.
When I opened the envelope, I could have had a heart attack. Enough to fix the cap. Nearly enough to buy a new one. I thought about what Sam said about work. I wasn't interested. The money was good, sure, but I didn't want to get in with criminals. Better to be poor and alive than rich and dead. So, right there, back then, I was out.
Hey, that lady had the cane on her, man. She had that. Man, she had that. She had some. That cane she was walking with wasn't a cane. It was an actual stick that fired some bullets. or not fat. Fat bitch.
Well, what are you waiting for?
For you to lose some weight. Let me stop. Let me stop. That's...
So where to?
St. Michael's Church, directly.
You talking like that, going to church?
Careful, please.
I always drive careful.
Then you'd be the first. Turn that racket off. I can't hear myself think.
Better find a new fare.
I'm saying, like, she talking crazy, bro. Talking mad crazy,
Art
going
gallery.
to church.
Give me that quick. Sure. Quick I can do. Taking some time out.
What's it to you?
Not much. Just talking.
I'm paying you to drive, so do that.
Yo, what's
Look
wrong
at
with
him out
these
there.
people?
The problem with this downturn is that it's made people lazy, giving them an excuse.
The work's not out there, pal.
The work is always there. You just have to find it.
I get it. You're a busy guy. I don't see so many these days.
I saw this crapshoot depression coming. Sold up before the crash. So yeah, I get to be busy.
Your busy day's gonna be looking at old paintings?
I have a business meeting there with a colleague. Not that it's anything to do with you. If you ever find a real job, then maybe you'll understand. Until then, drive and quit bothering me.
Yeah, I get you.
Pull up in front of the gallery. Thanks, pal. There's 50 cents. Don't spend it all at once.
I'll try not to.
Yo, these people talking mad crazy. How you gonna talk crazy when you don't got a car?
Every fare today's been a son of a bitch. On to the next.
Whoa! What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
like shit. I've been working since 5. What's your excuse? Booze.
Well, I'm saying, like, what's
Where are we
going
going?
on? And then people don't know how to fucking drive. Look at this.
First Street. Okay. If I don't tell the cops about the liquor on your breath, you don't tell them when I break the limit. Good deal.
Great deal. Got any good fares today?
Yeah, some. But
you gonna drive on the road or what?
yeah, some. But never enough of them.
Who's got the money for cab rides since the market tanked and it all went to shit, I guess? Only reason I got you taking me places is I am drunk and don't know better. Cops see enough drunk fellas. They're only after the people moving it and selling it.
Yeah, but I've seen them go after guys for less.
Yes, so if they think they can shake something out of you, they will use any excuse. This city's corrupt as all hell.
Sure is.
Nearly there. Just up here on the corner, please. Hey, my cousin has a coffee stand around the corner. Tell him Lucio sent you. Take a break, huh?
Thanks.
For the best music
Might just
and
do
the
that.
latest deals, stay with Behringer's Radio.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Just put me in with the Mafia already. Fuck it. I'd rather cap somebody else, man, than...
Whoa, Jesus. Oh. Hey, how you doing, pal? You remember me? Yeah? Huh? Mr. Morello's a little bent. Shouldn't go helping Salieri's goons, huh? I'm gonna have to give you a beating. Just so you always remember who runs this town. Make it so you won't do much rocking for a while, eh? Look at this guy. I didn't think he'd make it fun. Let's get him.
Said to meet at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, my friend was telling me that he said this one was a classic because the first one is in Chicago.
How you doing, kid? Dino, Lou. You got business with the Don?
Nah, we're just trying to talk to that cabbie over there, that's all.
That right.
Yeah.
Well, this here's the Don's favorite driver. So anything you gotta say to him, you can say to me.
Is that right? Well, I'll tell you something, pal. We ain't leaving empty-handed, that's for sure.
Well, then maybe you ain't leaving at all.
Damn.
Okay, then. See your boys around. Let's go, Lou.
That's fucked up. He didn't even want to be in the Mafia, bro.
Thanks.
Least we could do.
Come on, let's go say hi to the Don.
Don Salieri?
Yeah. He's gonna want to hear about this.
Man. The back streets of Little Italy. Running Man. Help.
What do they call you, son?
Thomas. Thomas Angelo, sir.
Frank told me you ran into some trouble?
Yes, sir. My cab got smashed up pretty good.
Morello's thugs went after him by the kind of Tommy helping us.
This, taxi. That's your livelihood?
Yes, sir.
I feel a sense of responsibility here. So I'm gonna set you up with a small loan, enough to get that cab of yours fixed up.
I appreciate that, sir, but I'm not looking for a handout.
Then what are we doing here?
I just want a shot at the bastards who wrecked my cab.
You hear that, Frank? The kid wants my permission to get into a fight.
Yes, I heard.
Okay, Tommy Angelo. All the Morello's girls hang out at a bar he owns. Paul, you know the place.
Sure do, boss.
Good. You can ride along with Tommy. There's a lot right next to the bar where they park their cars. Go smash up a few tin cans, send Morello a message. He can't rough up hard-working Joes in my neighborhood without getting a black eye.
Thank you, Mr. Salieri. I won't let you down.
And Tommy, when you get back, we'll talk about what's next for you.
This ain't no one and done.
No one else knows you here, so tread careful, okay?
Sure.
The boss finished yet?
Nah, you got more time to sit on your ass.
Who's the new guy?
Some cabbie. We're helping him out.
He's gonna drive the boss?
Nah, you don't lose your job that easy.
I hate sitting around. Boring as hell.
If the boss says you're not ready to come out on collections, what can you do?
I don't get what his problem is with me, Paulie. What do you think I gotta do to...
Think you shouldn't ask me, Carlo. Not gonna give a good answer. Anyways, I got places to be. Okay, come through this way. I'll take you to Vinny first. He's a loudmouth, but Frank and the Don have known him since forever.
What's he do?
We go see him whenever we need to do any, heavy lifting. He makes sure we're well heeled for when there's trouble.
We're grateful for his dough, but we gotta go. Long drive back north. If the Don wants to do this again, we can be someplace there's no good. That'd be good. I went to the city this morning. Thought I saw cops on every corner.
Buongiorno, Vincenzo!
Ciao, Polly. Oh, she's gonna sing. Who's this then?
Vinny, this here's Tommy Angelo. We're doing a little job together.
All right, good. Hey, you need bean shooters or rods?
Nah,
Oh, really,
we
Ziegler?
just need something to write off a few
That's
cars.
interesting.
Huh. Oh, I got just the thing.
They say they
This
real
classic
Playboy
should do the
magazine.
trick.
Damn. So they got naked
If the
chicks
bat
on
don't
here?
work out for use, I got a few cocktails here.
Ay.
Careful with them, though. Don't want to burn off your short hairs. Good to meet you, Tom. Let me know if Paulie gives you the hard time. I'll straighten him out. Come back and see me later if the boys don't scare you away. I'll fix you
Boy,
with a
don't
gap.
scare you away.
Ralphie's in the garage. He's a special kind of idiot, but he's got a way with cars. I don't get how this moron gets in just to her. But I'm telling you, it's like some kind of black magic. Hey, Gigi! Get your head out of your ass!
What the fuck there, Polly? You can't just sneak up on a guy like that.
I'm sorry, Ralphie. I'm just busting your balls.
See, you're still limping. Guess we got two cripples working here.
We ain't nothing alike. You got that, Ralph?
Sure, Polly. Yeah.
Tommy Angelo.
Good to meet you.
Like I said,
Got on
Ralphie
his
here's a
ass.
cracked egg. Well, you bring him a stolen car, he'll make it yours. Tom and me, we got a job to do. We need some wheels.
How about this one, Polly? It ain't a hot rod, but it'll get you across to town.
All right, let's go. You're driving. And don't let me catch you loafing off again.
One day I'm gonna cut your brake line, asshole.
I don't know what Ralph's trying to pull giving us this motor. I want to show you something about the good life, and you're driving something my mom could have bought 20 years ago. If I know Ralph, he probably got it taken out of our yard.
Yeah, that car's fine. It's good to get a change from the cab.
You don't have to be nice about it. This thing's a tin can.
So, was that whiskey back there in the truck?
Yep, new supplier.
You guys deal in broad daylight?
Normally, nah. This was their first drop-off. The cops know better than to come sniffing around our turf. Morello, the guy whose cars you got a torch, he's got more friends on the force than us. But we're okay, so long as we're careful. An eye over our shoulder. Some of the Canadian whiskey that comes through, you want a bottle? Just ask. We keep some back for friends.
Ah, I'm no big drinker. I used to tip back bathtub gin most days, but not so much now. That stuff's no good for you.
You don't have to go blind now, though. To us, you got a line on the good stuff.
Well, that's good of you. Thanks.
Yeah, Ralphie look like
Not just
he
the
low-key
booze we supply,
dangerous as hell.
Tom. It's the places we deliver to.
Ralphie look like
Deals
he
they
gonna
got in
fuck
these
around. He
places.
just playing
There's
dumb.
tables, there's food, there's skirt. Some way to live. Corner should stare you down. Okay, it's close by. Morello's goons smoke and jaw up front and leave their motors out back. They're some lazy bastards. They put some gorilla on guard duty, but it's always some no-name schmuck. Come on, over here. You gotta sneak in and wreck the cars. Send a message.
Sure. Why are you coming with?
To see if you get shot. Okay, you go quiet. You know how to go quiet, right?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, he's got his main guys. You'll get there someday.
No one sees our heads. No one tries to pop them. Over this gate and up onto their roof. I'll go keep their chump busy while you creep up and jump them from behind. Real good at distracting. Best thing.
Excellent. Careful. As I get the money on time. Ah, he's good for it.
Hey! What the hell you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
I mean what I say. What the hell are you doing back there?
What?
A guy who don't know what idiot told you to keep lookout here.
Dino told me.
Dino? Salieri's got guys all over town trying to get Marinas like that. So let's get to these cars. Take your bat and start swinging.
Oh.
Great. Someone's driving that again. Oh, crap. Hey, get away from the car. Knock him down, Tom! You got some kind of death wish? Putting you down. Jeez, that hurts.
Damn.
Come on, Tom.
Damn. Damn.
More of 'em. Use a Molotov and let's see some flames. Love your work. Use the bat to finish him off. Yeah, Morella's through with her.
Whole block.
We gotta go. We can take Dino's car.
How'd you know this is Dino's car?
I don't like you and you got a good car. I'm gonna know where you keep it.
Reports of burning vehicles and gunfire in North Park.
Take it.
It's right near
Both
Morello's
ways
place.
are the best way.
Don't bring in the wrong people.
Straight through the gate. We gotta get out of here before the bull show. There's your...
Don't let him get away!
Come back,
you bastards!
Officers report their
I got one, Tom. Oh, shit. We got cops.
So, what do we do?
You lose them by driving real fast and getting clear of them.
Sounds good.
Right now they're pissed. But let's not get them real pissed.
All officers, search is called off. Repeat.
We're good. Let's head back and see the boss.
That's hilarious.
I
Zico.
thought Salieri
Yeah,
had cops on
I
the
just
books.
read what you put in the chat.
Some street cops, sure. But Morello's got the chief in his pocket. How'd it feel? Feel good?
How'd what feel?
Taking out the... Drive careful, we don't need the attention. Taking out the guy. Taking Dino's car. Feel good?
Yeah, I guess it did.
No time like the first time, Tom. Don't get better. You think it's for you? This life?
What's it to you?
Hey, I'm just asking questions. I like asking questions.
I doubt that every day you and Sam go and panel beat motors in parking lots.
There's busy days, there's slow days. I've had more of an introduction than I ever got.
You never got to beat up Dino's pals and take his motor?
Nah, stole enough cars to get noticed, I guess. When I got squeezed by the cops, knew never to squeal. And one day I found myself in a yard behind a bar drawn with Vincenzo. 10 years go by and I'm still there. So, I got a suit now, and Vinny's an old bastard.
I always thought that to be in a family you had to have more connections. Your brother, or your uncle, or...
Oh, some guys, sure. Your cousin got made, or you like Carlo, whose pop went way back with the Don. That means you get trusted more when you're starting out. There's plenty of us who came in off the street. I'm thinking we get you in front of the boss, then we tip a few.
Well, I don't got plans, so...
Sure you don't got plans. The plans are to feed Vinny so much booze that Luigi has to roll him out the door again.
Well, what happened to the car I sent you out with?
Dumped it.
Well, why?
It was a boiler. This one's better.
A better car with a broken window?
Pressure ain't never killed nobody.
he's still with you then. Somehow, yeah.
Hey, boss. It's done.
No trouble?
Nothing we couldn't handle, Mr. Salieri.
Good, good. Sit down. You see Morello?
Nah. But he'll be plenty pissed when his boys tell him what happened.
He's not going to be able to think straight for weeks. See, that's the difference between me and Morello. I'm a businessman. I do everything with this. Every decision I make, it's what's good for the business and my boys. But Morello, he's a hothead. And all of that anger burns out the brain. And when he gets mad, he gets stupid.
You got nothing like that to worry about with Tommy here. He was aces the whole way, boss.
I'm glad to hear it. I got a growing business here. We could use a guy like you to help out around the bar. Maybe run some errands, make sure the bills get paid on time. You up for that?
Oh, it'd be an honor, sir.
Good. Good. Now, Polly and Sam have already vouched for you. But you need to understand we have a few rules around here, so you listen and listen good. First, no cursing on the premises. There's a million words out there. And the man who needs to resort to fuck this and fuck that is just ignorant or lazy. Second, we don't deal in the hard stuff. I don't want any dope fiends in this neighborhood. We'll let Morello poison his own people if that's what he wants. Finally, stay out of trouble with the cops. We only have a few on the payroll. And if you cross the line, the rest will come after you. You understand?
Yes, Mr. Salieri.
Then I'm going to only ask you for one more thing, Tommy. I don't keep Paulie and Sam around just because they're strong. A lot of guys out there bigger and tougher than these two. And I don't keep Frank on a payroll because he's smart. Though he is an artist with the numbers. All these guys in this room, they're here because they have the only thing that matters to me. The only thing that should matter to any of us. You know what that is, Tommy?
Respect? Family?
They're loyal.
Oh, damn.
That's right. Now you stay straight with me, you're gonna be living the high life, Tom. But you abuse my trust.
Don Salieri, you won't ever need to worry about me.
Okay, then. Welcome to the family. Excellent. Now I'm starving. Luigi, let's eat.
Welcome.
A barman Luigi.
That was the
It's not
last
much
super
for a
short
cook.
chapter. They
But
they
his
get
daughter,
longer
Sarah,
now. The first three are cool, but as you saw, they're lightning fast. The Way the City Works. Chapter complete. Molotov Party. Appreciate y'all being in the stream watching this, man. Appreciate y'all. I don't know why it's telling me that it's not saying it no more. But at one point it was saying my stream was being taken over by somebody else, and it's like, it's me, motherfucker. It's me. I'm the motherfucker. Yeah, it says we detected video on your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream made blah blah blah. Like, no, bro.
Those first days in Salieri's bar were slow. I moved crates and delivered messages. The guys busted balls and told stories from the old country. Mostly we just waited. I got to thinking, maybe life in Salieri's crew wasn't gonna get me clipped. But what did I know?
You, Tommy?
Come on, there's still
Yeah.
gas in your tank. Get
Boss
it
is
back.
waiting for you.
Thanks.
Ignora quell'idiota. Arrenditi. Ah, potrai combattere ancora.
Here he is.
Sorry I'm late.
Take a seat. It's collection day, boys. So Tommy, you'll drive. Paulie and Sam can handle the rest. It'll be routine.
Just a handful of stops today.
Bill at the motel was a little short last month. So make sure he pays us the interest he owes.
No problem, boss.
Don't lay hands on anyone unless there's no other choice. Our clients need to understand that we provide a valuable service. They need to look at you and see Santa Michael. They need to believe you'll protect them.
So let Morello stoop to breaking legs. We're better than that. But the bill's still due, and everyone pays up.
We can handle it.
Go see Ralphie about a car.
Okay, boss.
Get his.
Oh, Vinny said to say he's got something for you, Tom. Head to him first. Probably just wants to tell you some bullshit story about some guy he whacked 20 years ago.
Hey, just the guy. I saw this, and I thought of you.
Oh, is this what you was talking about, Zekevo? Something like this?
The same little action on.
You talking about stuff like this?
Ready, but that's good. Means someone warmed it up for you. You ever carried a rat?
Shot him at the fair a couple of times.
Right. That don't count. Pointed at the target over there. Good posture, real mean.
One of
Now,
the comics,
click,
yeah.
click, click.
You'll find a ton of them around. Pretty cool little things, I think.
Bang. Brain all up the walls. Okay, now show me a reload. I open the chamber and away you go. All right, last thing, needs to be hidden. Stick it in your belt. Good to go. And when shooting starts, get behind something and don't shit yourself.
Thanks, Vincenzo. I appreciate it.
Hey, the Frank and the boss is Vincenzo. To you, it's Finny.
The only thing, like, it's like if they just come around, like the comics and stuff and the collectibles, if they just come around, then hey, I pick them up. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you guys need to be careful today,
But that's the thing that
Spoke to Biff. He
sucks.
said Morello's
You know the only game that I platinum
What's losing some
is
motors,
God of War Ragnarok.
Got at least 5 garages this side of town.
You know how to get into one of these, Tommy?
Elbow goes through. Reach inside. Easy.
And an afternoon to fix the window back up. Watch. And... learn.
You're a regular magician, Ralphie.
Come on, Tommy. Show me what you can do. Okay, it's car. You got it. Have a good day, fellas.
I feel like Ralphie gonna murk Paulie ass, bro.
First we got Al. He runs a bakery on Longman Street. You know it?
Yeah, I know it.
Al's late again?
Seems so. That's too bad.
Said I played some God of War in 2018 but never got into it. It was fun but didn't hold my attention. You know what's crazy? You remind me of the it was a viewer who was watching me play the Star Wars Lego Star Wars. I think his name was Ricky Bird. I forgot what his name. It was something that had, like, it dealt with Legos, and it had breaking something. And I remember when I was playing something different, and he was like, "Sorry, man, but this isn't like catching my attention. I'll try to catch you in the next stream." And you know, I just had to realize, you know, not every game is for everybody. But I do consider myself a versatile gamer. I'm not one-dimensional. You know, it's kind of funny. Even when I clip my videos, I still get, you know, some views. But every time I clip my
Okay, this is it.
my Warzone videos, I don't get no views on that shit when I clip it.
Watch what we do today, Tom. When it
So
goes
many
smooth,
people
it's a
play
breeze.
Warzone.
When they put up a fight, sometimes you gotta think on your feet.
Sure.
Just follow my lead.
Sam, Polly, how are you?
We're good. How's little Julia?
Ha. So little now, she's turning into a pain in the ass, just like her grandma.
That's good to hear, Al. Real good.
Now, you got any trouble around here? Any punks causing problems?
No, nothing like that.
Good. So you got the money?
I got it waiting in the back room.
Tommy will get it. You stay here where we can see you.
It's been real slow this month, Sam. I was worried I wouldn't have enough.
Al, I know you'd never hold out on us, but it's good you worry. I mean, how can we protect you and little Julia without payment?
It's at the back of the shop, Tom.
Where's the money?
Perrone, feccia! Voi ci succhiate il sangue!
It's on the table, brown envelope.
Via di qui! Lasciateci in pace!
Bitch, I will smack the fuck out of you. What you talking about, man? I'll pull this man, look.
I got it. We'll see you next month, Al. Let us know if you need anything.
The women gonna always
Anything
get the
at
man
all.
in trouble.
Sure will, Sam.
So there's a whole community
And give our
Right
best to
there.
your ma. Huh?
Baldur's Gate. I heard of Baldur's Gate, Dark Souls. Who played whatever?
It was a real
Yeah,
pleasure
you know.
meeting you.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about starting to play scary games, to be honest.
Okay, next
and
up
if,
we
you
got
know,
old
you got some
Eugene's
suggestions
place.
for scary
China store
games,
up
you
on
can put it in the
Paolo.
chat
He's
now.
not dead yet?
Almost. Heard his nephew's taking over.
Scary games. So I have some options after I finish up.
Guy who used to
the
run this
Mafia
next place,
series.
Tom. His name's not Eugene. Guy's a Chinaman.
I
But
just
it
want
sounds
to
like Eugene.
keep
Well,
having
that's
that
what we called
content
him.
coming.
Polly slammed his head into the counter back in, what, 27, I think?
Yeah, it was hilarious. After that, no problems at all.
If you look, you can still see the blood. Poor old bastard couldn't scrub it out. We keep some of these guys on our books to remind the Chinatown gangs they're in our city, not theirs. But we don't know Eugene's nephew, so he might need reminded too.
Yeah, that's always been me. Like, I could play The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, but as far as like some games like Resident Evil, I've never really been like, I'll watch it, but I wouldn't really play it. Or something like Dead Space, I will watch it, but I wouldn't play it. Hell, even Alien Isolation, I will watch it, but wouldn't play it. But I want to, you know, stop being a little bitch, you know what I'm saying, and start playing some horror games at least.
Irritation or tobacco hangover, Big Break Blues are the choice of more doctors and professionals than any other
This is
cigarette
it.
on the market. That tells you a thing or two, doesn't it? Make sure you're in
You
good
know what I'm
company
saying?
by
Like, try to
choosing Big
expand
Break.
my
I'll cover
audience.
this one,
you know,
Sam.
You sure?
expand
Sure, I'm
my
sure.
channel. have more viewers to be like, oh, he's not.
He's doing the store on his own?
Yeah, when Polly's built up a little steam, he needs to let it out on his own. Just gotta let him get on with it. It's his way. You can hear it in his voice. Gotta let him lone wolf from time to time. Keeps him happy. Yeah, Eugene's nephew ain't having much fun right now. When he's going, Polly don't stop. Once we were putting a squeeze on this tailor over in Holbrook. The guy ended up in a wheelchair.
Damn. Started Amnesia, The Dark Descent one time. Got a couple of hours in, one jump scare, and I was out. You know what's funny?
Here he comes.
He's a fast worker.
I didn't start watching YouTubers until PewDiePie, and the first thing that I saw him playing was
Drive before the cops show, Tom. Next stop's Bill at the motel. Eugene's nephew's guy's money is ours next week with some extra besides.
Oh, you probably know what game I'm talking about.
He's okay.
He was like,
how's the shop
batteries?
Yeah, I've seen some more blood.
And he like followed a blood, they say,
and nothing he can't scrub out. Once he's back on his feet.
What was it? I can't think of next one.
Wanna come out with us again, Tom? Get to hear even more about Chinese nephew
Outlast.
guys scrubbing their own blood out of shop counters.
Yeah, seems like it's not too hard.
Not hard. Kinda not hard.
I don't know. Comes natural to you guys. Don't see why it can't come natural to me.
So anyone could do this. Me and Polly, we've been working these streets for years. You come in and you think you know it all.
I'm not saying that, Sam.
You've been a day on the job, pal. You haven't seen what we do. You haven't seen how we do it.
Sam, I think you oughta...
No, Polly. This punk thinks he can walk in here like a big shot. I put greasers like him in the ground.
I think you gotta say you're sorry, Tom.
Sorry, huh? Well, I'd say sorry if I couldn't see the bullshit smile you're trying to hide.
You got him, though, Sam! You got him!
I could smell the crap in your pants from here.
Nah, you didn't get me.
When little Tony first came out with us, I had him on his knees before he knew I was yanking his chain. You hate it most places.
Yeah, but out here, it's worse.
How come there's a place so far out of town on our books?
Out of town's the safest place for deals. Safest place for card games. The safest place for most of the things we do.
We're expecting a big bag of money today. The guy owes.
I remember it was hype.
It ain't big. Boss will be pissed.
It was a lot of hype for
this place is a real earner. Oftentimes the places that get you the most dough are the ones most people don't look at twice.
Just recently the motel's had a new lease of life.
Last stop before Lost Heaven for rum coming up from Cuba.
They drive it this far?
Sure they do. And that's how we...
Oh, Ralphie's just gonna love you.
Sure they do. And that's how we can sell it so expensive.
Bill's Motel has gotten to be the place where crates get exchanged. Salieri protects it, but he lets the other families use it too.
Even Morello?
To keep the peace? Sure.
Plus it's far enough away that no one cares.
So long as everyone's making money, no one's gonna rock the boat.
Anyone else starting to miss the side of streets and sidewalks?
You not one for the great outdoors, Polly?
He's not one for anything. Indoors, outdoors, in the city, out of the city.
I hate it out here. Like when we sit in the field doing some booze handover or something. It's always knee-deep in shit, and most times it's dark and cold as hell.
That's why it's good we got you now, Tom. You can do all the jobs that Polly hates.
Well, happy to oblige.
Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, I got a question. If you was to watch my content on TV, does it sound low? Because when I play my content on TV, it be
okay,
low.
There it is.
Finally.
But if I play it on my
Wait for us here, Tom. We'll be back in a bit.
computer or my phone, it's it's good levels. figure that out.
Tommy, I took one. Jesus Christ, Paulie!
Tell Salieri from here on out this place is ours. Capiche? And don't come back, or you'll end up in worse shape than your friends.
Get Sam. They're trying to get information out of him. I gotta get you to a doctor. I can wait. Get Sam out of there. Okay. Okay, just hang on.
Yeah, man, it's like hopefully it's figured out. I ain't gonna lie, that animation took too long.
Give me a name.
Herbert. Send me here. Plenty of other runs. Get over her somehow. Don't be big.
Folks are open. Gotta impress. Might have seen something. I'll open you up. Get over here now.
I'll make it quick. No, you did it.
Well, first death of the damn game. That was probably, I ain't gonna lie, that's probably like, damn, bro. That's embarrassing. That was embarrassing. Jeez. I was wondering why I couldn't take the... Oh.
Over here! You're not tough. We gotta find him. He's clever. How about we try over there?
Let's deal with this.
Gotta get in check. Right! We're gonna open you up. This way!
Morello says we don't want a war. No yet. We still feel it's a war to you?
Gotcha now!
Sam.
He
He really
said
went to
poor
work
dude
on you,
got
buddy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that sucks, man. He was taking a shit.
Christ.
Oh,
Come
well.
on. You'll be all right. You're tough as nails. Oh, shit.
Oh, he's got the money, Tom.
Oh, catch the bastard.
Where is Sam?
He's okay. Inside.
And go get the money!
Yo, what's up, Javier?
That was when I saw the cost. What it meant to be on the inside. I should have took off there and then.
We need you out of here.
But I couldn't go back to being a nobody.
What's up, Javier? How you feeling? Chapter complete. Ordinary routine. Appreciate y'all being in the stream,
So that's
man.
how
Watching.
a regular palooka goes from cabbie to mob enforcer overnight, is it? Just dumb luck?
Didn't feel that way at the time. Me parking on that particular street, taking a break just when Paulie and Sam are coming around the corner, what are the odds? I felt like, I don't know, like someone was watching out for us.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, pal, but it's a lucky break all the same. I mean, one day you're busting your back, doing an honest day's work in a city that's been trying to scrape you off its heels since the day you stepped off the boat, and the next you're stuffing your pockets full of Salieri's dirty money and lording it over the rest of us.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. Back then, Salieri didn't have the run of the city. For every buck Salieri made, Don Morello would turn 10. He paid off cops, politicians, judges, and anyone he couldn't buy, he scared into looking the other way.
He did seem to have the city jumping in its own shadow, I'll give you that.
You hear anything about Joey Crackers?
Yeah, got his name in the Morello file, sure. Boxer, right?
Yeah, that's the guy. Way I hear it, Joey was just driving to the gym one morning. Probably daydreaming about winning a belt or something.
For real? Guess I got lucky, man.
Damn it!
I guess I got lucky.
Moron! You're driving with your goddamn eyes closed? Look at this! Jesus, Mary, Joseph, Tom Morello, I didn't know it was you.
You know anybody else driving a rare import in this part of town, Joey?
No. Well, then, I'm sorry, I was driving real slow.
You're saying this is my fault?
No, no, sir. I ain't never been in no accident.
Well, repairs are gonna be expensive.
Oh, you're not gonna need that, sir. The tires are just fine. The grill's a little bent up is all. I mean, I got a cousin I can...
Damn.
Someone spun you a tale,
He
pal.
ain't Joey Crackers
You got
no
an
more.
informant
Joey
right there
got
says
cracked
Morello
in the
made a
skull.
mint every time Crackers went to the mat.
That's true, too. And still, Morello left that poor sap dead in the street. Head all caved in.
That don't square.
Maybe the Don knew Joey's career was on the downhill. Maybe he was trying to scare some other guy into paying up. Who knows? Don Salieri chalked it up to Morello not being able to think straight when he was mad.
You, have any more run-ins with Morello's crew back then?
Not at first. For a couple of years after I joined up, things were quiet. We got into a few dust-ups with guys trying to muscle in, but elsewise it was just the usual routine. We're running booze, offering protection, me and the boys doing the rounds to collect, small time. But I ain't gonna lie. Most days, we was also having a bit of fun.
Whooped his ass, bro.
Tommy, thanks for getting down here so quickly.
Yeah, sure thing, boss. What do you need?
You know, there's a race coming up.
Oh, yeah. Paulie and Sam have some money on the local.
Mikey Dunn.
That's the guy.
He's a good kid, but a bit of a scrapper. Not too smart with his money. A few years ago, Mikey comes to me asking for a loan. He wants to get new tires so he can keep racing junkers out at the quarry. I like fast cars. I figured it'll be a bit of a hobby. Turns out, Mikey's a great investment. The kid can't lose a race if he walks the track. He graduates from the junkers to gal jobs, and I start placing a few bets on him here and there. Next thing I know, I've made all my money back and more.
Hey, Sam says he's the guy to beat.
He was. We ran all the competition out of town. But now Ralph says there's a hotshot European entering the race. And he's got a car faster than our boys by a country mile.
How much do we stand to lose?
A truckload. But not just our outfit. A lot of guys from the neighborhood come to me for financial advice. They've all put money down on this kid. It'll be like Black Thursday around here if he loses. Well, for everyone except Morello.
Oh, you think he's from the European?
Oh, I'm certain of it.
You want something to happen to the driver?
Can't find him. Morello's got him holed up somewhere safe. Besides, if he drops out or disappears now, none of our wagers will stay. Everyone will cry foul, say the race is fixed.
What about his car?
That's the ticket, Tommy. Ralph knows a guard at the track. You go down there tonight, you boost the European's car, bring it to one of our mechanics, and make a few adjustments, you bring the car back.
Should be no problem, boss.
Sarah, can I get a drink here? As soon as you're ready.
Sure thing.
Your pop letting you out
It's
for
probably
the
gonna
race?
be my last mission.
Kidding? Feels like we're
Before I
packing
call
this
it a,
place up
stream.
and moving it to the stands.
Well, not probably. It's going to be my last mission. I don't know. I always be saying probably. I think because sometimes I say that,
Buonasera, Tommy.
and then I start playing another mission.
Hey, Tommy. Big day coming up, right? You seen the race before?
Kind of hard to miss. Salieri isn't going to let Morello break his winning streak, huh?
No, sir. Gotta send him a message. So, tonight, we will borrow his guy's motor from the track. My friend Bobby is a guard. For a little dough, he'll show you where it is, then look someplace else while you
Yeah, I appreciate you staying. I know you said you had other things to do.
Sure. Then
I
there is
appreciate
the
you
Sutter
staying,
guy,
man.
Lucas Bertone.
You ain't
You
have
take
to.
the car to him down under the Giuliano Bridge. He'll, tune it a little. Make the race tomorrow more interesting.
Then I take the car straight back and Bobby can stop looking someplace else.
But you gotta be quick. But Bobby comes off shift at 1:30, and then the next guy, he's an ass. Oh, hey, if you need somewhere to keep your motor safe where no one can take them, feel free to use the garage. Carlo finally got around to clearing it out.
Thanks. Good to know.
probably gonna be losing this race, man. 'Cause I can't even drive on this man. I cannot drive on this man. Let's get it.
You Bobby?
Yep. We can take your car to the garage. Place is empty.
Any friend of Ralphie's, a friend of mine.
I mean, if you got the money, sure. Tomorrow morning they start coming. Whole city. They smuggle in hooch. There's fighting. I hate it.
Ah, come on. Name a better place to pick up a dame than this place this weekend.
Don't get me started.
What's wrong with you?
Don't get me started. Things I've seen.
He said, what's
this is
wrong
it.
with you?
Here she is. 1929 Carazella C-Series. Best in class. It's a shame you gotta wreck it.
If they see this on the road, cops are gonna ask questions.
When they catch up, sure. Try to keep it one piece too, huh?
So, I gotta be back from Bertone by 1:30 before the next guy shift.
Yeah, he's an ass.
I heard.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking do this. Holy shit. What the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Please tell me, what am I doing? My goodness. You said if you stop on the big
Tommy
branch
Angelo.
you cross
Lucas
in the view,
Bertone.
you'll see something crazy on the
ain't
sides
she
where
a
the
thing of
civilians
beauty? We don't have much time.
Hey, I'm a fast worker. Sit tight. Hello, you. Okay, she's done.
Thanks, Lucas. I gotta get back before anyone catches on.
Go easy with her. She's gonna misbehave. Hey, tell Mr. Salieri I'm always available for this kind of work. I do stuff for a lot of people, but I always know where I stand with you guys. Hot cars, getaways, anything for the right price.
Let's just hope Salieri's guy wins tomorrow. For all our sakes.
Okay. Drive
So you
careful.
said when I cross the bridge, the big bridge, okay. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I'll try to keep that in mind. Are you talking about this?
Come on, Joe. Just come down from there. We don't need hospitals.
What's he gonna do?
Family. Have one.
Say I like how they go around you. I ain't gonna lie. I was waiting for him to jump, but he started jumping. Oh, I was supposed to walk up to him. Oh, my bad. Oh, you couldn't show that on here anyway. I ain't gonna lie. I was probably going to have to censor that anyway because, it involves, talking real quick.
Oh, you're back. Thank Christ.
Good to go.
Drives like a jalopy.
Okay, let's get out of here. Big day tomorrow.
Yeah, that's crazy. You say you can shoot it. That's crazy. I thought I was gonna have to be the one racing. I was gonna say, damn, I don't know about that.
So Sam walks out of the bathroom, and I'm praying he's got a piece on him, because I'm not sure the bartender's gonna hand over what he owes. And his two sons, they're inching closer. I can hear them cracking their knuckles. They're both 7 feet tall, built like brick shithouses.
What were you carrying?
My dick.
That's right. This crazy bastard, he waltzes out of the bathroom, just starts pissing all over the joint.
Really? What, he didn't call the cops?
Sometimes you just gotta make them think you're crazy.
Tom, you got a moment?
Oh. Sure, Frank.
We've got a bit of a situation.
Is the boss okay?
Oh yeah, it's nothing like that. Mikey Dunn, our driver. Some of Morello's guys roughed him up pretty good last night. Broke his arm, broke his jaw. Sent him to the hospital.
Jesus.
Yeah, tough luck for Mikey. Anyway, you're going to race for him.
Wait, what? Frank, I
Tom,
don't know.
it's a half hour before the starting gun goes off, so this is not a discussion. The Don wants to win, but more importantly, he wants Morello to lose. And you are our best wheelman. Otherwise, I'd be talking to someone else.
Yeah. Okay, Frank.
Good. Rafi has the car gassed and ready. Get to the track right away.
Damn. So I am going to have to fucking race. Jeez.
From Europe, we got the hotshot favorite, Martin Lichtenberg, taking some time out of the International Series to compete with us today. Got some news from the grid here. Lost Heaven local favorite Mikey Dunn is out. Replacing him is, Tommy Angelo. Well, I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing him good luck. They're lined up on the grid. They're
Good
ready
luck
to
with
start.
my number is 13.
They're off. Lichtenberg's in trouble. There's something up with his car. Lichtenberg is out. The favorite is out. Who's going to survive the Lost Heaven Circuit?
You're kidding me!
They're bunching up, and I see some collisions. Some of these drivers need business. There's more than paperwork getting straightened there today.
Ah, crap!
Let's hope for a safe race today, folks.
Jesus! Shit!
Should take the turn super slow.
All still in the mix, with time still left to go.
Alright.
Ah, crap!
McKellen is leading. We're not far behind. Anyone could win.
Son of a bitch!
The trotting's been incredible. Who needs Mikey Dunn? This guy is a fine replacement. Roar into the second lap. Are these the final podium places?
You're kidding me!
Time to Tommy Angelo. Take the lead.
Shit!
It's a tight pack as they fight for first. Up close and personal with the back leaders. This race is far from over.
Jesus!
I hope they can walk away. New driver Tommy Angelo is near the front with no sign of losing position.
You're no good!
Contender, the front three are jostling for position. Leading driver. Not long till it's all over, folks.
See ya!
Son of a bitch!
Racing out there. Hopefully nothing serious. McAllen's looking comfortable in first with the pack closing in.
You're no good!
Garcia, Lewis, and Jackson are pushing ahead.
Asshole! Ah, shit!
Aggressive driving from Angelo.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Loses first to Garcia. Garcia struggles.
Ah, crap! Asshole!
Anywhere.
Him?
You asshole!
Some drivers really starting to stretch out ahead now.
Ah, crap!
Ooh, a nasty collision at the back there. Not pretty at all. A real battle between Garcia and Jackson brewing here.
Damn. You did say take them super slow, but I ain't know how to take them that super slow. Golly. I gotta do 3 more fucking laps of that shit.
From Europe, we got the hotshot favorite, Martin Lichtenberg, taking some time out of the International Series to compete with us today. Got some news from the grid here. Lost having local
crazy,
favorite
that was
Mikey
good
Dunn
in the
is
beginning,
out.
man.
Replacing him is, Tommy Angelo. Well, I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing him good luck. They're lined up on the grid. They're ready to start. They're off. Lichtenberg's in trouble. There's something up with his car. Lichtenberg is out. The favorite is out. Who's going to survive the lost header?
Ah, crap!
Son of a bitch!
It's, bro, it do spin out so fucking easy. Why is it spinning out so easy?
Are these the final podium places, or is it someone else's time to shine?
Ah, crap!
Oh my, that looks terrible. I hope they can walk away.
Son of a bitch!
Aggressive driving from Angelo. It's a tight pack as they fight for first.
bitch!
Racing out there. Hopefully nothing serious. Lichtenberg's not going to win, and Angelo's trailing too. Unless there's more surprises in store.
You're kidding me! What?
What a race today, folks. The driving's been incredible.
Son of a bitch! Asshole!
Hope for a safe race now.
Ah,
folks.
crap!
Lichtenberg no longer a contender. The front three are jostling for position.
What? You kidding me?
Don't worry, folks. We have doctors nearby if there's any injuries. The new driver, Tommy Angelo, is near the front with no sign of losing position. Some drivers really starting to stretch out ahead now. Drivers on the final lap. Not long till it's all over, folks.
Amateur!
Angelo, all still in the mix with Tommy Angelo takes the lead.
Amateur!
Lichtenberg's exit really has blown this race out wide. They all spell victory.
What?
Aggressive drive.
You're kidding me!
Angelo there, back in the lead position. Can he hold on? Who's going to catch the leading driver, Tommy Angelo? Tommy Angelo's in front, but will he stay there?
You're no good!
Speeders, this race is far from over.
Him?
Oh no, quite the collision over there.
Bro. That shit just blew me, bro. That shit spent me all the way the fuck around. I ain't know, that shit just spent me all the way the fuck around, bro.
From Europe, we got the hotshot favorite, Martin Lichtenberg, taking some time out of the International Series to compete with us today. Got some news from the grid here. Lost Heaven local favorite Mikey Dunn is out. Replacing him is, Tommy Angelo. Well, I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing him good luck. They're lined up on the grid. They're ready to start. The pack rolls away, but there are some worried faces from the mechanics in the
Yeah,
pit
like
lane.
it didn't even do that to me the times before, but then all of a sudden it do that to me that one time, bro. And I'm ahead.
Him! You asshole!
Racing out there.
I'm taking out everybody. Fuck it. Everybody getting taken out now.
Him? Son of a bitch! Him?
far from over.
Son of a bitch!
Safe race today, folks. In the tight pack as they fight for first.
Ah, crap!
Tommy Angelo takes the lead. Luxembourg's exit really has blown this race out wide. They all smell victory. Who's going to catch the leading driver, Tommy Angelo?
You're no good!
The race is roaring to the second lap. Are these the final podium?
You're kidding me!
Someone else's time. Angelo there, back in the lead position. Can he hold on?
Him?
Angelo is still out in front. Can he hold on? With Lichtenberg no longer a contender, the front three are jostling for position. What a race today, folks. The driving's been incredible. Tommy Angelo's in first, but will he stay there? Some drivers really starting to stretch out ahead now. Leading drivers are on the final lap. Not long till it's all over, folks.
You're no good!
Taylor, Anderson, Angelo, all still in the mix, with time still left to go.
Bro, every time it gets to this fucking part,
You asshole!
Aggressive driving from Angelo. Who needs Mikey Dunn? This guy is a fine replacement.
Jesus! You're kidding me!
Anderson and Garcia are in second and third, waiting for a mistake from Angelo. Newcomer Tommy Angelo is still out in front.
You're no good!
bro, I had a fucking big ass lead, bro. He just came out of nowhere.
We got the hotshot favorite, Martin Lichtenberg, taking some time out of the International Series to compete with us today. Got some news from the grid here. Lost Heaven local favorite Mikey Dunn is out. Replacing him is, Tommy Angelo. Well, I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing him good luck. They're lined up on the grid. They're ready to start. Lichtenberg's in trouble. There's something up with his car. Lichtenberg is out. The favorite is out.
Ah, crap! Son of a bitch!
Los Angeles Circuit's famous first turn. They're bunching up, and I think the collision. There's more than paper getting straight in their way.
Him? Jesus!
Hope for a safe race today, folks. With Lichtenberg no longer a contender.
You can't son of a bitch!
Battling for position. Some drivers really starting to stretch out ahead now.
You asshole! Shit! Jesus!
Some rough racing out there. Hopefully nothing serious.
Yes!
Garcia, Lewis, and Jackson are pushing ahead toward the front of the field.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I can't even focus at the rush. That shit is beautiful.
New challenger, Tommy Angelo, trailing at the end of the pack.
This mission not even fucking fun, bro. I'm already not into like racing games like that.
Up close and personal with the pack leaders.
Jesus!
Far from over.
You kidding me?
Like, why the fuck are you doing that?
Ah, crap!
Cannon loses first to Garcia. Garcia struggles on the bend. This could go anywhere.
Jesus!
Aggressive driving from Angelo.
You kidding me?
It's a tight pack as they fight for first.
Ah, crap!
Are these the final podium places, or is it someone else's time to shine? Taylor, Anderson, Angelo, all still in the mix, with time still left to go.
Oh, is that the spot you're talking
This
about?
guy is a fine replacement.
that even happen? Bro, how the fuck does that even happen, bro? Like, how does that even happen? Are you talking about like on the last man? Look, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. This gonna be my last try, bro. I hear what you saying. This gonna be my last try, bro. Like this.
We got the hotshot favorite, Martin Lichtenberg, taking some time out of the
This
international
like I ain't
series
gonna
to
lie.
compete with us
That
today.
third time really like took a lot out of me for the fact that I was ahead most of that third lap, and then Buddy just out of nowhere talking about some damage.
Well, I'm sure you'll all join me in wishing him
He
good
came
luck.
out of nowhere, bro.
They're lined up on the grid. They're ready to start. They're off. Lichtenberg's in trouble. There's something up with his car. Lichtenberg is out. The favorite is...
You're kidding me! You asshole!
Who's going to survive the Las Vegas Circuit's famous first turn?
He actually just hurt me like 4 times.
What? Amateur! Son of a bitch! Oh, shit!
A real battle between Garcia and Jackson brewing here.
I do see what you're saying though, Zeke, though at the last second, like that last heel, I see what you're saying. But that one time, bro, like it was just me. You mean to tell me that little ass high slope gave him that much of a fucking boost?
Son of a bitch!
Reed and Wilson drop back to
Him?
now near to Bennifer and Angelo. Taylor, Anderson, Angelo, all still in the mix with time still left to go.
Shit! Son of a bitch!
Good racing out there. Hopefully nothing serious.
Son of a bitch! You kidding me? Ah, crap!
Angelo there, back in the lead position. Can he hold on? With Lichtenberg no longer a contender, the front three are jostling for position. Up close and personal with the back leaders. This race is far from over. Angelo is still out in front. Can he hold on? It's a tight pack as they fight for first. These drivers are on the final lap. Not long till it's all over, folks. Who needs Mikey Dunn? This guy is a prime replacement.
goodness.
Hey, Tommy! There's our winner.
Hey, Tommy. Just want to thank you for stepping in like you did. I had 6 months rent riding on that race. I'd be homeless now if not for you.
I just did what the Don asked, Lucas.
Well, you gotta let me find a way to repay you. Stop by my garage when you get a chance. I might have a line on something
Hey,
that'll
appreciate
turn a
it,
buck
Jesse.
for you.
And yeah, Zico.
Sure.
Fuck that shit, bro.
I knew you wouldn't let
really
us down,
have to
Tom.
drive.
You made us all a lot of money today. And Morello's gonna be picking up pennies off the sidewalk for weeks.
Hey, what about the European?
He's probably wearing cement boots by now, the poor bastard. Here. You've earned every dollar of this. Take your girl out somewhere nice.
Thanks, boss.
Wake up, boys.
You got a girl, right? I don't want you blowing all that on booze and whores.
Something, huh? Cheers.
Nah, but maybe I'll buy my mom a new coat.
Good boy. Go get yourself a drink.
Oh my
Congratulations, big hero.
Yeah, I just got lucky's off.
Well, I had my money on the other guys, so drinks are on you.
If y'all wasn't watching, I would have said fuck it, bro. I would have said see y'all tomorrow, bro. I would have said
There.
fuck this.
Now you're
see
ready
y'all
for the
tomorrow.
pictures.
Thanks.
And hey, when you're done celebrating, you might want to go find your buddy Polly. He's so drunk, he's gonna get hit by a parked car.
Yeah, okay. I'll get him home safe.
Polly and the rest of your pals have drunk through half my bar already. You found him yet?
That's all for another year, folks. Track will be open until 6. Please leave when requested.
You made that look easy to
That took me, what, 5 tries?
When they started racing here 20 years ago, most guys didn't even make the finish.
Ah, magic's in the motor, Ralph. I just showed it where to go. Hey, you seen Paulie?
No. He said he was hungry or something.
Okay. You enjoy yourself.
Sure will, Tom. Thanks.
That win just put my daughter through another year at school, Tom.
Hey, anything for the Colettis.
Well, enjoy the moment. But deal with Polly before he embarrasses himself and the family.
Great
I will
race,
not
champ.
let the boss's day end sourly.
You don't have to worry, Frank. I'll find him.
I've been asked by the LHPD to remind all racegoers that the sale and consumption of alcohol is strictly prohibited. An arrest will be made. Thank you.
Great race, champ.
Hey! Last time I saw you drive like that, Tom, I had a gun to your head.
You saying there wasn't one today?
When our side of town is drowning in dough, that means you're safe. Hey, you seen Polly? Guy's soused. Came through walking sideways.
Yeah, I heard.
One on the 5th attempt. Oh, yeah, over a half an hour. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, dead. I think I started at 9:30.
Your first time at the track?
Like 9:37, I think I started this
apartment,
fucking...
but that's as close as I've gotten before.
They'll start to try to clear us out before dark. But ignore them. The party won't.
Death blows out the candles.
How'd you drive after the tuna?
Tried to go sidelong at the 5 brick walls, but we made it. You seen Paulie any place?
Came by 5 minutes ago, maybe. Looked like it had a smell from the barrel.
Sounds about right. Thanks, Lucas.
I just want this mission to be over with.
I'd ask again that people please leave when requested and refrain from imbibing illicit substances. Let's not make it like last year, folks.
Oh, thank Christ you're here. If your friend keeps this up, the other guy's gonna send the cops over.
Yeah, I think Polly's big day at the track's over.
Cow says moo and the chicken says quack. What does the bird say?
I don't know, but the security guy back there says you gotta go home.
Guy's an asshole. You should show some respect.
Well, that's true, but I'm saying you gotta go home too, before you resurface the pit lane.
Well, okay then. I guess.
Let's go, champ.
You did real good today, Tommy, with the driving. I was right. I was right when I found you. You know what I said?
What did you say, Polly?
I said, this guy can drive, Don Salieri. This is a guy who can drive.
And here we are.
Here we are. Right here. That's where we are. You put me to shame, Tom. Look at you. Now you're even some kind of race car driver.
We all got our...
Doing real good since you joined the family, but you know you got it easy, right? Me and Sam, we keep the real stuff from you.
That right, huh?
You don't know what it's like. You get the call to see the Don and your mind's racing. Done some bad shit, Tom.
We're all in this together. I do what the Don asks when he asks it. Just like you.
You're like me, you can't just shut it down. Blank it out like Sam does. Go home to... wherever the hell he goes home to.
Polly, you're drunk. You're gonna have to clam up for your own sakes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Tom, I want to go with the lady.
I'm not helping you with that today.
Take me to the ladies! Take me to the Blue Tropics.
I don't know. I ought to take you home.
The bridge. Take the bridge over the island. Take me to the ladies. Take me to those sweet patooties.
I don't know. Taking you home seems more...
They're helping me, Tom.
I don't know. Taking you home seems more classy.
All right, now we're talking. Oh, boy. You should see these dames, Tom. Ooh-hoo-hoo.
I'll leave it to you to swim with the barracudas, Polly.
Home? Throw me home.
Yes, bro. I'm about to go to sleep right now, though. I was just finishing up this mission.
Yeah. A good idea. Yeah.
Like 3 hours in the stream, 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Sweet dreams, tough guy.
I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't feel so good.
Neighborhood hero. Sarah, 1932. Man, fuck all that. Alright, y'all. That's the end of this stream. I'll get to the cutscene, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Fuck all that, man. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I appreciate Syllable you coming through, Jesse you coming through, Zegvo. Appreciate you coming through. Dez, I appreciate you coming through, watching a couple reactions with me. I might try to clip that up. You know, I might not. I don't, you know. Like I say, I got bills to pay. I gotta go to work tomorrow. So yeah, I appreciate y'all though, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Same time tomorrow, man. 6:30 or 7. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you staying for as long as you did, bro. I know you said you had shit to do, man. So I appreciate you taking your time out to, watch me lose a fucking race 4 times, and went on the fifth try. I appreciate the tips you were trying to give me too. I was trying, man. I was trying. That third one really pissed me off when Buddy just came out of nowhere talking about amateur. After I literally put the camera behind me and there was nobody behind me, bro. But whatever, man. Y'all can see that on the playback, bro. I'm not lying. But yeah, you take care, bro. You have a good night. And yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe.